Hey folks, this is Steve here. We're talking about Downbelow as always. Now, you've probably noticed the change of scenery. That's because we're on the road. We're trying something different. No, in the interest of security, I'm not going to tell you where we're on the road, but suffice it to say that our normal recording schedule wouldn't work out this time around, and so here we are. I hope you don't mind the change of format. Don't worry, we still have both of us here in the vehicle in question. Ian's sitting over here. He may ask some questions off camera. Here we go. Today's topic is a story-related one, and we're going to talk about something near and dear to all of our hearts since I'm addressing you online, the internet. I will let you do your own IT crowd jokes here. Jen, this is the internet. Good? Good. Okay, so let's talk about internet technology. Internet technology exists in a variety of forms. The first is obviously like it exists today, viewing the internet through a series of data screens or terminals, much like the smartphone I am currently recording this on, smartphone, tablet, home console, street console. All of these are things that basically exist. That's what I'm going to call tier one of internet technology, which is accessing websites, web pages, and basically things that like we do today.
The cool people with money have it built into their stuff. The not cool people without money have it a little bit more like what we're used to today, but a little bit higher capacity.
Okay, so like I said, that's tier one, basic communications. As I mentioned, there are public terminals, so a lot of this is free. Even if you don't have an identity, you do have stuff like DNA and retinal locks, so it's entirely possible to literally just walk down to a public terminal, scan your eye, and say, create a throwaway email account to registered to this eyeball, and people can send you stuff to that identity.
And some modern cities have, like, take this bike and put it back at the next place that bikes are kept. In the world of Downbelow, some cities have that for phones.
So that's tier one. Tier two is a little bit further on. Tier two is the immersive in some way, minor immersion. This is stuff that is like VR, faceplates, face sets. If you are very rich, it could be a virtual reality room set up with holographic projectors, or even just 3D walls around you that can project a panoramic view.
Or contact lenses.
But the tier two is basically minor immersion. You're still totally aware that you are not you, but through the miracle of basic haptics, haptic interface, basic visual interfaces, you're actually able to immerse yourself more or less in some sort of simulation. This is largely used for gaming, obviously, but it can also be used for training purposes. It can also be used for many things, including conferences. It's much easier to video conference with someone when you are all sitting in the same virtual room. Tier two is about as far as most people go, period. There's not much need to go further. There is a tier 2.5, which is the actual full haptic immersion. It is virtual reality, not in the sense that you are experiencing it directly neurally, but you are functionally sensory deprived except for the input that you're getting from the rig. If you have read Ready Player One, you're probably going to be familiar with stuff like that from the way they access the Oasis, the high-end users access the Oasis in immersion tanks. These can include such things as treadmills under your feet so you feel like you are walking when you're actually walking. Things that create smells and scents in the corner of the room, not just surround sound in your ears and lenses over your eyes. Most of the people who use tier 2.5 stuff are, as mentioned, gamers or the elite, but there are some people who are exceptions. Finally, there is the rare and uncommon tier 3, which is actual direct neural induction. This is the realest you can get in virtual reality. And the need for this is painfully small. Really, the only reason to do this is you are a corporate or government employee at a very high level, or because we can. Rarely you'll get criminals who do this because the direct neural reaction time is faster than any physical reaction time could be.
But quite honestly, for most purposes, the reaction time is going to be not the issue because the computer can do what it's programmed to, and you're not going to be reprogramming it in that reaction time. Mostly the direct neural interface is for two possible reasons: security, which is why the government and high-level corporate people do it, or to make up for a disability.
Okay, so that is a quick overview on internet technology in the years of Downbelow. We are a little over time for our On the Road segment today, so we'll come back to you same place, same time tomorrow with more information. I'm Steve, signing out.